Julie Piantro here with Bernard Kelly from retirelaughing.com. Now, Bernard, this is obviously a really important question. So should I go fixed or floating?
Well, yes, when you think about fixing or floating your interest rates, Julie, there's really no answer. It really depends on personal preference. In my own case, I don't fix. The reason is that I think over time it goes up and down, and so it averages out in due course. So that's my personal view on it. But of course, when you're starting out, you say, hey, should I go fixed or should I go floating? Well, when you do start out, if you do on your very first investment property, for example, if you take a fixed rate loan there, you're not only fixing in your interest rate, you're also fixing your loan for 5 years. And that means if you want to do your second investment property, say in 2 years or 3 years, you can't, because to get out of the fixed rate term of the loan and the fixed rate interest, you really have to pay penalty fees if you want to free up and get access to the equity that's already grown in the first investment property. So my personal view is, let's just say you had 3 investment properties. No, so let's just say you had 3 and 2 had gone up. You might want to fix the most recent 2 but have access. Don't fix the first 2, so that you've got access to the equity in investment properties number 1 and number 2 as you move on to number 5. But that's it's not a simple question. It really depends, going back to personal preferences. But over time, as you become more comfortable being a landlord and as your portfolio grows, you might tend to think that the concept of fixed or floating is just one of these things that they see discussed in the newspapers, and you might be comfortable, like I've become, just comfortable doing floating. Gives you much more flexibility, and I think over time, over 5 or 7 or 8 years, up and down a few cycles, it doesn't cost you any more. So,
thanks for that, Bernard.